Friends, neighbors, lend me your ears, also eyes, because this episode, JB Webb is back, and I'm excited to introduce artists that I've followed for a few years. I love his work. It's really incredible when you look at it and you see all of the intricate things inside. You're going to enjoy this interview. It's Josh Otterbacher, and to give him a quick introduction, he's based out of Orlando, Florida. He provides the recipient of the art, the viewer of the art, with an incredible experience, ranging from almost looking into the eyes of fire. So in saying that, I'm going to introduce Josh, and welcome to the call. Josh, how you doing, man? Welcome.
I'm doing great, GB. Thanks for having me, man. It's great to be here.
Hey, yeah, it's no problem. I really appreciate your talent, your skill, what you do with art. Maybe you could peel back and give just a little insight kind of into your own style that you have. And then, before that, were you always into art as a kid, or how'd you kind of get to where you're at right now?
Yeah, as a kid, I would draw all the time. Coming up as a teenager, I was really into the Image comics, Spawn, Ted, all those really cool Image characters back in the 90s. They really influenced me in a lot of different ways. And, in my early 20s, I was influenced big time by tattoos and the tattoo industry. And I think that really helped me grow a lot as an artist, helping me map things out. Starting out with the stencil and just working my way off the stencil. I think I learned a lot by tattooing.
So you did tattoos for a little while, or you still do them now?
I don't do them anymore, and I miss it. I really miss it.
Yeah, but that helped you kind of get where you were like, hey, this is kind of something I feel I want to express, and there's might not be enough canvas out there.
No.
Right. So that's cool.
Really
so that's cool. So comic book, tattoo art. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted. Go ahead, man.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. The comic books, the tattoo art, album covers, that Rob Williams Appetite for Destruction cover was a big influence for me. In my late teens, and I've been a big fan of Robert Williams and Todd Shore and Tiz and all those guys for a really long time, and they really helped me find my way, as an artist, and helped me to have my own voice, and just to do things the way that I want to do them, and be free and creative, and no holds barred type art.
Well, I think it's awesome, and I think it was a few years ago. I was at City Arts Factory, and it was like one of the third Thursday or first Fridays. I forget what they call them, but you had your stuff displayed out there, and then another time, like within the next 3 or 4 months, I saw you at at the Abbey for a Raw event or something like that. So you're out there, you're prolific, you're showing your art. What kind of responses do you get to your artwork? Because it's really so. It's like almost too much to take in all at once. You don't want to say, "Oh, it's this," because is it this because you're this, and so it's almost too complex. So give me a sense of your style. How did you kind of come up with this whole tableau-esque, storytelling through one 2D image?
Well, I think it's more like a metamorphosis than anything else. How every one of my paintings start. I'll go into it with an idea of the direction that I want to go in, but 9 out of 10 times it takes a completely different direction than what I initially thought it was going to be. Okay. So, it's all very organic, and it's all very just, I don't know, I kind of just let the painting take me on a journey.
Okay.
And, I up with an idea or a goal, but it never ends up where I foresaw it starting.
Right. So you have kind of maybe an overall framework for what you want to portray, because in some of them, I mean, it looks, you might be familiar with I forget his last name, is Patrick, but he does the same kind of thing. But you can see the similar in the corporate art, like where he'll have the actual Ronald McDonald in a papacy, up giving out free fries and atonement and stuff like this. I mean, is there a satirical level to your art as well, in some of the images, or give me some sense there?
Absolutely. I love satire. I'm a big fan of it. And, I think I like to tell a story with my art. And if I tell a funny story, then mission accomplished,
Right.
And that's what I want to do. I want to make people laugh sometimes with my art. And I want them to look at it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
And, I really, it's great to sell a piece, but if I could have a showstopper where people just sit there, look at it, and, tap each other on the shoulder and laugh, then mission accomplished, man.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Well,
make people laugh.
How long were you in Orlando, or give me some history? Did you grow up here?
I was born here. I was born in downtown Orlando, and I've been here a long time. And for a while there, I was doing a lot of color pencil and marker work.
Yeah.
And I was showing a lot back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And here about, I'd say about 7-8 years ago, I started painting with acrylics, and that really took me in a different direction, than you can only do so much with marker and color pencil. Not that there's anything wrong with marker and color pencil, because I learned a lot by working with them. Yeah. But painting is just a whole other world.
Yeah, so there's, like that Nirvana with the Kurt Cobain in the middle, specifically. I remember seeing that for the first time and going, who is this guy? And then your setup at the other place where you actually had mannequins set up. So you really go into the viewer's experience with your art. And I mean, for that, it's just commendable, because when you can kind of break through even the third wall, the fourth wall of display, in the display, it really speaks to you. So I love to hear that you're, some of the things that I've seen are kind of on point with maybe what you're saying is the direction of any given piece. So what kind of things do you want to do? What kind of things? Oh, you're welcome, man. What kind of things do you want to do? What kind of things do you want to see as challenges maybe in your own personal art in the future? What can we see coming out of Josh Otterbacher in the next 4 or 5 years? What kind of things do you have in your pipeline, or that you can even share with us that you maybe any social issues or anything like that?
Well, yeah, I just want to keep on painting, and I want to keep painting relevant stuff. Mm-hmm. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people giggle. I look at my paintings sometimes. I don't take it well, I don't want to say I don't take it seriously, because I do take it very seriously. But when it's hanging up, if I can get a laugh out of somebody, that's what it's all about for me. And, if I could get to the point where I could do this full time, then that would be great. Because, I have a daytime job, that's a corporate job, and, if I could do this full time, that would be fantastic. And that would be my ultimate goal, is to be successful enough on a local level to be able to do this full time.
Well, you definitely have a talent for what you do. You have a unique style. That's why we wanted to kind of give you the little nod. I wanted to interview you years ago, but I fortunately got to you now, and the timing was right. You're a super talented guy. Josh Otterbacher is who we're speaking with. Thanks for being on the call, man. I'm going to route people to find you, connect with you on Facebook, or if there's any other social media page, where they can find out about your art. I think you have an artist profile somewhere, so I'll point people to that direction. But, in closing, what... yeah, go ahead, man.
Can I throw a plug in for my show tomorrow night? I got a show at the Hammered Lamb at 8 o'clock.
Oh, cool.
It's the opening night, and should be fun. I got a bunch of new pictures up in there, and I'll be there, and we could all do a training shot together.
Oh, that's cool. So you're doing an opening tomorrow at Hammered Lamb.
That's correct. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Right there on Lake Ivanhoe by SeaWorld and all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that's a local joint. So go check out this gentleman in person or online. I'll post all the information. Josh Otterbacher, thanks for being on the call, bro. You're participating in WJBW, and we have a couple more great episodes of Orlando, kind of the underground artists in Orlando and the underground things here in Orlando. So keep hanging with us. I'm JB Webb, WJBW Networks, a bleep blop bloop, a bleep blop bloop. We'll be right back.
We were attacked by a lightning bolt, a werewolf. I was murdered, an unnatural death, and now I walk the earth in limbo until the werewolf's curse is lifted.